Hi guys, I'm live. This is my 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 friend Melinda Clark wanted me to do a video on the front porch of kind of my version of the State of the Union address about Donald Trump winning the presidential election and being the president. So I said I would. She suggested it, and I said I would do it. So here I am. Here I go. I had a feeling. I visualized meeting Donald Trump a few months ago, and I Googled just so I would know if I ever met him what kind of presence he would have. I Googled his height, and he's 6'3", and exactly my adopted dad is exactly 6'3" as well, and so it kind of connected to my dad a little bit there. I'm not saying my dad is Donald Trump or whatever, but they have kind of a similar energy. My adopted dad I'm talking about. And I get the similar feeling of having Donald Trump as president, that he's got the confidence and the conviction of doing what he feels is right, and integrity of calling things as he sees them, that my dad also had. And my dad may have been like a devil figure, but he was the devil I knew. And I would rather have, and even if Trump were the devil, he's the devil we know. He's the devil I know. I trust Trump. There are certain things my dad, I could just trust him in. And I want to give you guys a little example. This may be risque, but example of my dad really having my back when the rubber met the road. And I get the same feeling about Trump. So I'm going to tell this exact. This is a story from my childhood. I had porno magazines when I was 17. Okay, and that helped me get through life, dude. I mean, I basically had school, church, guitar, and girls, and so I had porno magazines when I was 17, and my adopted mom, found them. And she told my dad to tell me to throw them away. And my dad, when it came 1-to-1 to me and my dad said, "Jim, hide them better." In other words, he didn't turn on me. He didn't even do what my mom said. He didn't want to take that from me, and also he trusted me to hide him well enough that mom wouldn't find him, because if my mom would have found him again, my dad would have been in trouble. So between guys, my dad understood that guys like girls, and he had my back. And then another thing about my dad is no one ever broke in our house. No one even tried. No one even got near our house with any thought of that, because my dad would have just blown away. And I see the same power in Donald Trump, and I see someone that I know that I would almost stake a lot on the fact that I think he does what he believes is right. He does what he believes in, and he calls things as he sees them. And the only president that strikes me as having the same vibe as Donald Trump is John Kennedy, the president that was assassinated. They both have the same vibe to me, even though Kennedy was a liberal and Trump is not. But I heard that Robert Kennedy Jr. has just went over to Trump's side, and he was a liberal to start, but he realized that liberal doesn't mean anything anymore. People don't back up what they say. It's more a matter of integrity of the person that's in office. And I don't know anything about Kamala Harris. I don't know anything about her, and I wouldn't know what to think. She's not the devil I know. I don't even know her. So I'd rather have Trump in office. And another little thing I want, an anecdote is, first of all, I have a feeling that for democracy to be true and work, the people have to get what they want. Otherwise, the people aren't ruling the country. And I get the feeling that most of the people want Donald Trump to be president more than Kamala Harris. And so if democracy works, which apparently it does, then the people should get what they want, and it happened. So, and the people would have been very upset if Donald Trump would have lost, and we don't want an upset America. We want a happy America. And if that America wants Donald Trump, then if the election process is fair, then Donald Trump should be our president. An anecdote for that is the movie Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Richard Dawson. Richard Dawson was from Family Feud. He runs this game show where people actually get hunted on it just for sport on TV. And Arnold Schwarzenegger gets picked for it because he's Mad Ben Richards, who got set up for something he didn't do, just to so he became a prisoner. So he had to go on Running Man because And at the end of the movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who ironically turned out to be a politician himself, said to Richard Dyson, he said, "I haven't been in politics as long as you have, Killian, but I'm a quick learner, and I'm going to give the people what I think they want." And meaning people want justice, and Richard Dyson was really murdering people on TV, so he puts the Richard Dyson in the thing, and it goes out and it just blows him up. But the point is, the people want justice, the people want truth, and the people want freedom. And if the people want something, and we're ruled by the people, that should be the result. So it's not only a good sign that it's not only a good sign that Trump was president, but it's also a sign that the election process still works. And I had heard things about if Camila would have won, that may have been the last free election we might have had ever in America, and that would be not good, because that means we're not really a democracy anymore. So the fact that the election process worked and people got what they wanted, I have a feeling that the election process itself got preserved, not just Donald Trump's presidency. And if without an election process, we're not democratic. We're not democracy. I don't mean the party Democrat, but we're not a democracy if our election process doesn't work. So, and I want to further say, I respect Donald Trump, and I've heard the numbers say that he was better than when what's the numbers here with I think the numbers were with Biden versus when Trump was president. When Biden was president, I heard that a lot of people died on fentanyl, and then when President Trump was president, very few did. No, maybe that was that number. Anyway, the numbers, less people die. I think that less people are going to die on fentanyl now that President Trump is president, and I think we'll have less immigration problems because he's president. I don't know all the details of politics and what the issues are and all that, but if we have less, illegal aliens in our country, less people dying on fentanyl, that's at least two good points. I think there's a lot of other things that come into play that make him better for our country. It's not just we want a cool dude to be in power and rule us. We also want what's good for the country. And I think Donald Trump. And as far as the Kennedy thing, I want to get back to that before I finish here. The thing about Kennedy really wanted to do good. He had 4 agendas that were not popular. He wanted to get us out of the Vietnam War. He wanted to put us back on the gold standard. He wanted to disband the CIA, and he wanted to expose secret societies. Well, and guess what? They couldn't bribe Kennedy with money or sex because he had both those things, so they had to kill him. And Donald Trump they can't bribe Donald Trump with money, and because he already has it. He doesn't need this to rule the country for his job. In fact, he probably loses money, if anything, plus he spends his time and energy. So he's really doing the only person that reminds me of that is Kennedy, and they had to shoot him. In fact, Donald Trump has survived an assassination attempt, and I have too. I've survived one too, and I've always related to Donald Trump as far as the haters thing. it's the case of Donald Trump, which I kind of call the Trump principle, that even haters contribute to your energy, and you can't do anything that's good without having haters. And so the fact that so many people hate Trump and yet he keeps his head up helped me get through a lot of my haters that I had, and I related to him that way too. So this is my presidential State of the Union. I mean, my version of State of the Union address. And congratulations, Donald Trump, for being president of the United States. Um, the other thing, that is an accomplishment, and I respect that. I respect that you stood your course and you became president of the United States. Sir Donald Trump, or Mr. Donald Trump, I guess he's not a sir because that would make him English. Congratulations on being president of the United States. I love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.